My name is Vinod Balachandran. I'm a surgeon scientist. I take care of patients with pancreatic cancer, and I also run a laboratory where we're trying to find new ways to use the immune system to fight pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer has essentially been resistant to all other types of therapies that we have tried, so really underscoring the need to find new ways to be able to fight this deadly cancer.
My name is Amaya Lujambio. I am a cancer biologist. My laboratory studies liver cancer, which is one of the leading causes of cancer-related mortality. Immunotherapy has been the most promising therapy for these patients, but despite all the excitement, only 20 to 30% of all the patients respond. As a Damon Runyon innovator, we are trying to identify which are the patients that won't respond to immunotherapy and to identify strategies to overcome that resistance.
Much of the last 100+ years of cancer research and cancer treatment has been focused on the tumor. Immunotherapy looks at the patient as the source of the therapy and says, what can the patient's immune system do to help control the cancer?
Damon Runyon was willing to take a risk on some of the early fundamental immunology studies that were incredibly important in getting us to the point where we are today, where we have immunotherapy treatments for cancers that didn't have other treatment options.
Damon Runyon always has its eye on the high risk, high reward balance. I was funded in the early 2000s when immunotherapy was not at all considered a safe bet.
Our work would not be possible without the critical work of other scientists before us. We draw on heavily from all other investigators, including my own mentor, Jed Wolchuk, and other Damon Runyon-funded investigators who have now shown us that not only does the immune system recognize cancer, that you can actually develop a medicine to boost the immune system's ability to recognize cancer.
The pioneer research that was funded by Damon Runyon 2 decades ago has enabled the work that we are doing in my laboratory. I hope that with the new discoveries that we are making, we are going to be able to take immunotherapies even further.
Since the beginning, Damon Runyon has sought out scientists with bold enough ideas to propel entire fields of cancer research forward. Our success lies in the fact that each generation lays the groundwork for the next, so breakthroughs in basic research are ultimately translated into better ways of caring for cancer patients.
My name is Lillian Gunther. I'm a pediatric oncologist. When I see patients in the clinic, in particular patients who have very difficult to treat cancers, it really inspires me to go back to my laboratory studies to learn things that will help design new therapies to treat these children. With the support from Damon Runyon, I am able to really dive deep and perform big experiments that wouldn't be possible otherwise.
My name is Michael Drazer. I study hereditary blood cancers. One of the reasons why I think research as a physician scientist is so important is that so many of the things that we do in medicine were informed by an astute clinical observation at some point. As a physician, you start to pick up on these patterns, but as a scientist, you start to ask, well, what tools can I use to unravel the answer to that question?
The pipeline of physician scientists has been dwindling over many years, and so we're particularly concerned about making sure that the best physician scientists who do have this training both in the clinic as well as in the laboratory continue to focus their efforts on combating cancer.
The support that Damon Runyon offers physician scientists like myself is really critical to allow us the time and the mentorship and the support to be able to do this.
I think from the very beginning, the Damon Runyon Foundation has represented hope for the community of cancer patients, their friends, their family. When we think about the initial efforts of Walter Winchell to found the Damon Runyon Foundation, that is representative of the type of commitment that stands today.
Damon Runyon really fills in a hole in medical research funding. We have sources for funding that are for really established ideas and really safe ideas in science. but some high-risk science will lead to potentially some of the greatest successes in biomedicine.
This requires an organization that believes in taking risks, because with these risks is what comes the greatest rewards. And Damon Runyon really takes this mission to heart.
Damon Runyon has enabled me and other people to pursue risky ideas that at the end of the day I think are the ones that can make a big difference.
We know that what's available right now in terms of treatment helps some people, but doesn't help everybody. And so the Damon Runyon Foundation is committed toward the future of better treatments that hopefully will help more people.